Yeah, this is quite... Well, anyway, let's just make the video. I made this video yesterday, which won't be out yet. When this video goes out, that one there, Shut Off Woolbury Hill, should have gone out. And what it was is, in this video, I was very shocked that Woolbury Hill, which is on Coombe Hill, and I used to live at the bottom of Coombe Hill years ago, and it's a place I love going to, and it's, you know, you go to Coombe Hill, but you go as you're going, it's next to Coombe Hill, but this hill is the tallest point in England. There's a plaque there, I think that must be it there, which says it's the tallest point in southern England, but I explained all that. It is if you just take Coombe Hill, but it's on top of the Wessex Downs, so it's actually quite tall, and I've seen people put it's the tallest point in England, but that's because yeah, this is quite... Well, anyway, let's just make the video. I made this video yesterday, which won't be out yet. When this video goes out, that one there, Shut Off Woolbury Hill, should have gone out. And what it was is, in this video, I was very shocked that Woolbury Hill, which is on Coombe Hill, and I used to live at the bottom of Coombe Hill years ago, and it's a place I love going to, and it's, you know, you go to Coombe Hill, but you go as you're going, it's next to Coombe Hill, but this hill is the tallest point in England. There's a plaque there, I think that must be it there, which says it's the tallest point in southern England, but I explained all that. It is if you just take Coombe Hill, but it's on top of the Wessex Downs, so it's actually quite tall, and I've seen people put it's the tallest point in England, but that's because people don't realise how high we are here. And then you've got Coombe Hill, you know, it's like the Himalayas with Everest on the top sort of thing. But anyway, his video really interested me, because it's a bit like, wow, you know, I was thinking I'd like to go into there and see that plaque. I don't think I've done that. I've gone to Coombe Hill many times, but not gone into the fort. And then he's saying that you can't go in there. And then when he, you know, asks permission, you'll be all right. The farmer will give it, and you can go in there. And what it was is, then he thought, right, I want to look up how I find out who owns the land, and it became very difficult. And then that's the other video. So I made that video yesterday, very long ago, a few weeks ago. And so we found that going to look at it, it was locked. So it's a bit like comments would say, well, just try and find out who owns the land and ask them if you can use it. And of course it wasn't as easy as that. And then he goes into his story about what he finds. And then he talks to this person here who's written a book about who really owns England. Okay, so all that is absolutely fascinating. But it's also quite upsetting, because they're talking about Inkpen Hill. It's just down the road. You know, you think your country is yours, but then you realise it isn't. But he couldn't get in there. Aren't we allowed to go there? Obviously, when he's trying to find out who owns the land, this is his story of what it took, or bits of it, and obviously talking to this guy who's written a book about who owns England. Anyway, let's play the video.
This is a very spectacular Woolbury Hill fort. I came here a few weeks ago to walk to the trig point that's up there in the middle of the hill, but I couldn't, because what was once permissive access is no longer. I came across that. It's really not private here. Now at this point, you guys would normally type in the comments below, or just ask the landowner for permission to walk across here. He'd give you permission, and I'm sure he probably would, but it turns out finding out who owns that piece of land isn't as easy as you think.
And then I go to my phone, because obviously we'd have had that as well, Ladies Circle with Monique. She's in Yorkshire, and then she starts explaining that the farmers have locked the fields there on public pathways, and she couldn't get in. So we'll play her video in the moment. But what does everybody think's going on? All these public places. I'll show you a few pictures. Now this was the Telegraph in January of this year, saying that public rights of way blocked in 32,000 places. I mean, I know we had lockdown and everything, but none of that is there anymore. Maybe they locked their fields up or whatever when that was happening, But we're not in that. That was now a few years ago. Why are 32,000 places shut off that are public places? What is going on? Thousands of public footpaths are being fenced off or blocked by overgrowth. Data suggests it's not just overgrowth, because both these people in this video are saying the fields are locked up and have got signs on and you can't go in there. This one says 2 months ago, farmers making it as difficult as possible for you to use the public footpaths across their land. And obviously that is a question put out on Reddit, and obviously there's loads of answers below. And look at that. Walkers forced to trespass onto open access countryside. It's happening in all these islands and places like Cumbria and West Sussex. I mean, that is February 2024. Another one, and that is the BBC, with a bit more information there. So what is going on? So I've stuck a little bit of the video last night and what MoniQue is saying, what's happening around her. So what's your thoughts to all this?
Hello, beautiful Karen. We have a right of way that goes to the farmer's field next door, and I decided to actually follow that. Oh, sorry, I'm actually going really low. And I had a horrible experience, and I'm going to become part of the Ramblers Club because it's the right to roam, and the farmers, how they're shutting down our rights to have access to land, and that really infuriates me. And we have a path next door which I love people walking past. We all see some nice people. Walkers are normally really decent people. Now the farmer is trying to block everything up, and I went for a walk through, and I know I was on the right way, and then when I came back I took photos, you know, because I want to send some to the Ramblers Club, and I got some photos on how it's blocked and the chained up fences and gates and everything like that. And then when I came back, the children were shouting at me, "Get off my land," or "Get off our land." Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I'll tell you a bit more about that when I actually have my phone charged, but he's not a nice farm, I tell you. I'm going to take photos. This is terrible. We've got to fight for our right, for our ancient paths, you know. That's what I think. Anyway, love you, beautiful Karen. I hope you can hear this, because the battery's going low. Okay, bye for now. Oh my God, Karen, I have to send you this message. I really feel like I'm fighting for the rights. I just feel like I am fighting for the rights for everyone at the moment, you know. I mean, that could happen to other people. And these farmers, I mean, they're crazy. It's not on. Sorry, I'm fighting for the people here. No, I'm not going to let it die. I'm going to get in touch with the Yorkshire Council and actually say something about this, because I'm not letting the farmer next door treat me like this. Honestly, that's crazy. They've obviously indoctrinated their children already. Can you imagine? They're going to grow up as adults being prejudiced about people and freedoms and rights and everything. I mean, they've already indoctrinated them to shout at me, get off our land. I mean, I was just really shocked, to be quite honest. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to go over the path when everything's been cut down in the autumn time, the beginning of autumn, once the crops are off. I'm going to take the route again to have a look at the next part, because there's another double gate with a bit of land in between, and it should be clear, because we have to keep these things open. You know, we should have the right to roam, as long as we respect the countryside and care for the land. That is what's important. You can't take... These people, these elitist people, are taking land away, you know, from the general person. yeah, decent people. I'm not saying, you know, some people are rats, no matter what. So farmers don't treat the land well anyway, do they? They spray them full of pesticides, and they moan that we take dogs for walks and don't pick up poop when we do, and they come up with excuses to get people off the land that way. It's ridiculous when they highly spray the land and it's full of crops that we don't really need. It's despicable. We're the ones that love nature, and they're the ones that are destroying it by being big pharma. Yeah, it's war. Joking. Anyway, lovely, beautiful Karen.
Came through that gate. It's full of trees and the gate is locked, but you can get through on the side, which is a broken fence. And this is a public right of way, but there isn't anywhere to go, and you can walk apparently right up to there. Oops, it's out of focus now, back into focus. So you should be able to walk across this field to the corner. But as you can see, they haven't made